Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. We're on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny, and then also on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. So today I am in my studio. I want to put the signature in this journal. If I can get it. Oh gosh, it's been so hot here. I Mod Podged this Edith Holden page, double page, and I'm going to use that, I think, as the book cover. So, yeah, so I've gathered some pages. So anyway, so that's what I want to do today, is just get that together so we can get some ephemera in and get going on that and decorating and all that fun stuff that we like to do with our journal. So I've gathered some paper, and I'll just flip through it with you. I've gathered some coffee dyed, avocado dyed with, doily placemats. You may remember we did some of these outside one day, and this is some vellum. I love that crunchy sound. As just some writing paper. Most of this is just going to be writing paper. I really don't have any decorative paper, more coffee dyed. This is very lightly coffee dyed. This is from my latest batch. That is that glassine. And so there's those. And then I wanted to go through, in a doily. We'll use the doily. I wanted to go through and use my, I've been sorting, so I've got some things laying here that shouldn't be here. I wanted to go through my ledgers and use some of the ledgers. So I have those here. Some of them will need to be folded down, or I don't know that I'm going to cut them down. I don't know. We'll see. But I need to start folding. So I'm going to set these aside for right now, because those are not going to tear. This one won't tear, but I think eventually, let's see, is that going to fit? I might let it poke out. We'll see. I don't know, because this journal is a little bit different since it's not really a thick cover journal. It's not going to protect like some of the other ones do. Even the scrapbook, the thick scrapbook paper, because I tried to strengthen it with some Mod Podge, but we'll see how it goes. But what I do have is some pages from an Edith Holden inspired, what is this, was like a cookbook or something like that. I can't remember what it was. I took the book apart, but it's really sweet. Anyways, I thought I would use some of the pages to strengthen where I'm going to fold. So let me get my ruler here, and let me get something to glue on. Just going to use this old warranty that, what is this warranty for? Oh, it's for a box that I put some cushions in outside. I was like, what is that? Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's just take one apart and put it down. So I'm just going to trim it a little bit. And then I'm just going to take a slice of it. So we can hopefully use, I've got my trash can so far away. Hopefully use, all right, let me, sorry about this, so organize, there we go, okay. But hopefully use one book for one page for more than just one reinforcement. I think I'm even going to cut that down a little bit more. We'll get our groove going here. Hope everybody's having a good day. It's Sunday here, so we've had a great day. We went to church today, and that was fun. And then Joey wanted to go to lunch that was fun, you know, of course. And yeah, so, and then just been trying to get some stuff done. Oh my goodness, I have been in this craft room. I think I started Friday late afternoon trying to organize my ribbon and lace and stuff like that. I had gotten those little tubs that I had also gotten for, I think I showed you from the Dollar General. So I was using those to organize, and it worked great. But you know what it's like when you decide to organize something. You have to make a mess to tidy a mess, and what a mess I was making. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to cut that and not tear it, because I feel like I love this kind of decally edge here, but I'm afraid it's going to cause the rest of it to tear if I don't get that off of there. What that? Okay, I think that's good. Okay, I'll put that aside. So yeah, so I made, oh my gosh, what a mess this place was in. And I mean, it's still not 100%, and I was going to do a before and after, but I forgot to do the before. And then, you know, before I knew what was happening in my life, this place was a complete nightmare. So I just couldn't even think straight. Now that one's not crinkly, so that's good. We'll use it like it is. This one, we'll see what happens. Let's see if this... So I didn't do a before and after, and I didn't even do a midway, and I was thinking about doing a midway. I think that one might crack. So I think I'm going to reinforce it. But I got slightly overwhelmed with the whole situation. I just had stuff everywhere. And basically at one point, I had organized my ribbons and lace and things like that. I had organized those in Ziplocs. Then I had put them in a tub, like a Rubbermaid tub. Well, over a period of time, you know, you're grabbing and stuff. Things get shuffled and put in different places, and it's no longer what you thought it was. So then I was just going. Deciding, I think I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Decide I would get these little, kind of like shoe boxes. They're a little bit smaller than shoe boxes, which fit perfectly on those shelves in the closet I was telling you about. Man, it must be hot. That stuff is gooey. So I took them all out, arranged them by color, and then put them in the closet. Well, it was an easy task, but there were so many, and ended up kind of running out of little shoe boxes because I had more lace and trims and things than I thought. I'm trying to get a little bit of that off of there. Got a little overboard. So yeah, so that was quite an overwhelming thing for me. I think the deal was, why it was so overwhelming is I was sorting here on this desk, and while I was sorting, I really couldn't do anything else on here, and I had stuff just everywhere. So I'm not even kidding you when I say I kept taking breaks. And I would go in and I would tell Joey, I'm like, I'm taking a break, I'm taking a coffee break, I'm taking another break. break. This one also feels like it might need some reinforcement. I wanted to use an old book to reinforce, and I was getting some pages out, and I thought, ooh, these need reinforced themselves, so I better not use them. Okay, I think this is only going to have one more little play because I'd like for them to have a little bit of color, you know, when on the reinforcements. So, okay. So anyways, I have, it looks better, but if you didn't, like if you came in for the first time, you would still think to yourself, what in the world? Because there's so much. I have got to get rid of stuff. I'm saying that out loud to myself, to the world. I've got to get rid of stuff. I just did. It's probably a good lesson, you know, when you do go through things like that. You start to sort and you're like, what in the world? Why do I have that? Where did I get that? I'll never use that. Things like that. So I started putting aside some stuff that I won't use. And, you know, maybe I got them in Happy Mail, or maybe it was, you know, how it is at one point. You do a certain style or something, but you no longer do that anymore, and you're past it. Like I don't see me using that stuff anymore, type of thing. So I did put some things in another pile to get rid of, de-stash as they say. But that didn't make a dent. It's not like that made a dent at all in anything whatsoever. I'm going to get a little wipey. So I'm just still working on it. Still working on it. It does look better. It does look better. Maybe if someone that does know what it has looked like walks in, like maybe one of my girls or something walks in, they may be like, oh my gosh, it looks so good. Who knows? Okay, this one, will this one fold? These are so old. So old. I'm going to fold it okay. I'm going to fold these in as well. I think they're folding okay. Sometimes you can't tell until you put them in the book and then they crack. Yeah, it doesn't, kind of looks like it could crack. I better reinforce it. Better safe than sorry, eh? That's pretty. Let's try that one. Okay. So my daughter had surgery the other day, and she's doing really well, but she is pretty much needs to stay in bed for quite a while. Fortunately, her husband is off work for a little bit, and then this next week I'll be staying with her, which I'm sad. You know, I think I might have mentioned this before. I'm sad when my girls don't feel good, but I love the opportunity to be mama, be with my girls, even if I'm not, you know, necessarily doing anything, just being with them. But anyways, I stopped by to just see her yesterday, see how she was doing, and she was in bed, and all four of the grandkids were piling in. They love their mama. Just piled on that bed, and I just love it. Thankfully, they have one of those gigantic king size. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Of course, you know, if you're a grandma, it's such a delight and blessing to watch your children, you know, be good parents and love on their babies. Love it. Okay, I think that's going to be fine. So I am looking forward to seeing and spending some time with her. Okay. Is anybody working on a journal right now? Oops, that's not what I want to do. I want to do this side. I could wrap that around, but I don't think I will. Okay, and then these I may reinforce later with like maybe washi or something. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is just a video of, you know, putting journal pages together. Putting journal pages together. Ooh, listen to that. Yum. And look at this date. July 25th, 1914. It's nice. Let's see. What could we do different here? Where's my... I think we need to try to keep it on the inside a little bit, protect those fragile ends. So we could do it about right there. Okay. Perfect. Or as my granddaughter used to say, perfect. All right. Take one of these that we already did. Blistering hot today. Very hot. But I think it's going to rain sometime this week, like early this week, either tomorrow or Tuesday. This is Sunday. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I'm happy about that because when it rains, I know my flowers really get a good soak. Our ground here is really practically clay. I mean, not really clay. What do I want to say? Like it is cement almost. And I can put the slow drip for an hour, 45 minutes to an hour on the flowers, go out, and some of it hasn't even penetrated. So, you know, it's not getting down in the ground, into the ground. Yeah. So when it rains, I love that because then I know that they've had a good soak. Plus, another thing I like about it is if I'm going to feed them, I like the ground to have been wet ahead of time because I know that it'll, you know, it doesn't seem like it would, but I think of it as a sponge that, you know, if you wet a sponge and let, you know, and then get the excess water out, then it picks up more moisture than if you just use a bone dry sponge. So that is my thought with, you know, feeding my plants. If it rains, then when I go out with the Miracle Grow, you know, it'll go a lot further in feeding them. I could be wrong, but that's my that's where I come from in my head. I think we're gonna have to do this one too. I think I'll do it on the outside though. I can't remember if I mentioned that Joey and I have talked about doing a garage sale. I don't know about anybody else. Like, you know, I love to go. You know that. I mean, I've let you know about that for sure. But as far as having them, ugh, hate it. My mom always comes over and does it, so that is definitely a bonus. She'll deal with the money and talk to the people, and I just all that pricing and organizing and, you know, all the stuff that doesn't sell, I always donate it. I just don't let anything back in the house after I put it out. But there were times where I'm like, oh, I cannot believe that didn't sell. Like one time after I had closed my store, I was selling all of my vintage, not all of them, but a lot of my vintage tablecloths. It was breaking my heart. I mean, I did not want to, but I was like, what am I going to do with all of these? Like I had, gosh, I don't even know. I mean, I bet I had, I don't know, 50, 60, something like that. And I picked out the ones that I thought, you know, how many of these am I going to use? So I picked out, like I tried to minimize like colors, you know. Always red. I always go for red because you can use it in Valentine's, summer picnics, Christmas. And you can mix it with pink for birthdays and things like that. And I go for, what else do I go for? Coarse vintage whites. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? So vintage whites for sure. I have a ton. Oh, see, now that one's gonna do that before I even get anything on it. Is this big enough for this? So anyways, no one wanted any of it. My heart was broke. I thought, you can't even craft with these? Nobody wants to do anything? I'm gonna hold that like that. So, you know, that was hard. Okay, this I'm gonna stick down. Man, that's gonna be way too, it's gonna take up majority of that paper here. Okay, let's figure something out. I think I'm gonna fussy tear down this way. I was so tickled when I found this book because it's so hard to tear up an Edith Holden book. And when I found this one, I just thought this is just amazing because, you know, you get a few of her pictures in it. And then also that other one, the one that I'm using as the cover, that's the one I told you I found at the dump recycle center, whatever, when I was visiting Kathy. And I have another one of those. That's why that's really that was hard to cut or tear up, but because I have another one, I wasn't too fussy about doing it. I didn't cry my eyes out or anything. Reading some of her, sometimes, you know, I just look at her beautiful pictures, but reading some of them, she's just an amazing writer. I'm trying that a little bit with scissors too. If you're blessed enough to, you know, find an Edith Holden book and can read some of it, it's really, she has, well, one, beautiful handwriting, but two, she's quite the writer. Okay, I think that's going to work, but I think what I'm going to do to save a little time and a little bit of the glue stick is get the old art glitter glue unclogged here. Okay. Now this, you know how this is fast drying, so try to do it quickly. right, now let's see if we can get it positioned right. Get my own way here. I think this is where it's going to go. We'll see. I think I got it a little. Wonder if I can do this without tearing the whole thing up. See how fast it dries? See, I don't want to lose those bluebirds up there. I may have to re-glue a little bit. Ugh. See if I can fix that. We'll fix it when we decorate. Okay, now it's still cracked on this side. So maybe we put a little bit of something there. Okay, take some of this white off. Right. Okay, here we go. I think we're on a roll. We'll see. Now, another thing we need to check, is that going to fit in? So we'll have to trim it off or fold it. And if we fold it, we'll definitely need to reinforce. Well, I keep forgetting about these borders. Okay. To trim that a little bit. Okay, I don't think I positioned that very straight. Thanks. So I just happened upon an estate sale. It said estate sale, but by the time I got there, it was an auction. And really wasn't interested in a lot. I did win a couple of little things, $1 each, you know. I wasn't really interested in a lot of the things they had there. They're beautiful things, like lots of crystal and stuff like that, which I do love, but I can't take any more crystal. I had to draw the line when I ran out of room because I just can't do anymore. But anyways, beautiful things. So they're going room by room and doing, you know, the auction, what was left after the estate sale, and which was a lot. I mean, each room was pretty full. But anyways, I asked the lady, I said, because I got there after the auction had started, I just wandered upon it. I asked her, I said, did they have any like home office stuff or, you know, papers or anything? She's like, oh yeah, there's an office in the back. Just pick whatever you want, throw it in a bag. She gave me a Walmart bag. Throw it in a bag, and then you and I will talk about it when you're done. And I said, perfect. Perfect. So, sure enough, I found a bunch of little old tablets and stenos and stuff like that, which is super fun. Look how fun this page is. Isn't that neat? And I also found a candy box, really cute candy box. And if you've seen my shelf tour, you know I like boxes. So This candy box is super cute. And I did what I always say not to do. I got in a hurry to take, they had price tagged everything. I got in a hurry to take the price tag off and tore part of that paper, which makes me cranky. And, but I mean, of course I'll keep it anyways, and I'll put something over it, make it look like it was supposed to be there. It was, I think it's red, so I think it's a Christmas candy box. So maybe I'll put one of Kathy Holden beautiful Christmas stickers on there. Anyways, also got, oh yeah, okay, so that box had, that box didn't have anything in it, but I found another candy box, which was a spring candy box. It didn't look Easter. It just looked like maybe Mother's Day. I don't know. It was real pretty. And let me do it this way. And so inside of it were a bunch of photographs from the 60s. Super cute. Little children. Little boy and his little brother. And very cute. So I went through those, picked out the ones I wanted, and then the rest of them will go in the, I don't know, maybe I'll do some Happy Meal. And fold this. Fold this. This really strong paper for being aged. I'm not concerned that I didn't do it even. It'll all come out fine. Okay, now let me just tidy up real fast so we have a little room to bind this. Okay. Don't want to keep that. I better keep that. Ouch. But I'll put this stuff away. That stuff away. Got to use more book pages. That's my goal, is to use more book pages. Okay. Excuse me. All right. I think what I'm going to do on this one, you guys, is take this plastic off of it and use it for something else. I didn't care for how the plastic came out. Okay. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to put these in like this. That needs reinforced so badly. Let me get some, just real fast, let me put some washi on it. Washi. I am going to be covering that up a little bit, but the front side is very pretty, so I think I like this. The color is great, but isn't that pretty, that caramel? So I'll leave that. How about this? That's really pretty. I'll trim it in a minute, but I do want to reinforce it a little bit. Get it. Well, I don't know where I got this washi, but it sure is pretty. Okay. Makes me feel a little bit better to have that, you know, adhered. See how that's doing that. And I think I'm going to, what do I want to do here? I'm just going to trim it for now. And then may figure out something else for that. I know that's not pretty, but I don't think I wanted it really squared off. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to just do the other side real fast, and then we'll pick up where we left off. Ah! So pretty, this washi. You know, when you get stuff like that, you're like, where did I get that? Because you're thinking, when that's out. And I hope I can find it again. I have no idea where I got it. Maybe it came in like a bundle or something. Okay. We can add something to that when we decorate. But I think for now that'll help reinforce. Okay, let me get this put back. See, those are those little, that's the little shoebox I was telling you about. It's a little chubby shoebox, and I'm glad I've got my washi in that instead of the old box that I had it in. Although I love those old boxes, and I do love cigar boxes, but I just couldn't see what was in it, and I wanted to be able to use this stuff more often. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm putting these in. I'm just not even being picky. I'm just putting them in because, you know, there really isn't much design. I'm just trying to make sure that these inserts are going the right direction. Now that's a short one with a short one, so I might go ahead and poke this one back in here. And then I'm going to intermingle the coffee dyed paper in. So this can be a little bit chubby here, this book. I think, because I've already got, we'll have to count the pages in a little bit. This one's sweet. Put that little one there. Okay. Okay, if I can get everybody to behave. Okay, so far so good. All right, this will cut down later. Do I want to cut down later? Maybe I should cut it down now. Probably need to cut about 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut about 3/4 of an inch off both sides. I'll go this way just so I can measure straight. That's more like 1.5 inches. Okay, about 3/4 of an inch here, or an inch. That'll be fun to use. Okay, I gotta pick it up, or we're gonna lose our video if it cuts off. If it does, I will show you the rest of this at another time, because I'm going to get it done today, and then we'll start working in it. Of course, I always want you to know that we pray blessings over you and that you're so loved. So I don't want you to forget that if we do get cut off. That's the most important part of the video. Okay, so we're going to put that there. That's fine. It's cute. I do like the scallop edges, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. And then you can use that. We can use it on the inside of some of these other pages. All right. Let's quickly fold these and get them in. the book. I like to try to get these as even as possible when I'm folding them, but if for some reason, I'm going to fold that on the inside so it gives a little bit of fun when you open that side too. But I don't get too hung up about if it's a little bit off because, one, it's a junk journal, and two, because you're only going to see one side at a time. And we're going to decorate them, so if it's a smidgy-midge off, I don't think it's going to make a big difference. Looks like this little piece didn't, little section that didn't get coffee. I like these lighter ones too. They add, you know, just a little bit of a difference. I'm going to put that on the inside. Add just a little bit of a difference. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, we got those done. I'm going to just take bone folder to them just to kind of smush them down a little bit. All right, very good. Now let's kind of intersperse them throughout. This will also help strengthen the journal with those, you know, baby pages in. These that are a little bit more fragile. As I'm going through, I'm also going to be looking at placement. So I usually do a 3-hole pamphlet. You know, so a 3-hole pamphlet. And so these little ones I'd like to try to get, and that one I want next to this, I want to try to get them to where they are getting sewn with two, you know, twice. So okay. Oh, that sounds so fun. Okay, so like this one needs to come down just a little bit here. Okay. Gonna have writing next to writing, but I think it'll be okay. Writing paper next to writing paper. Okay, now we're at the middle. So that's fun to have that there. And then I think also to have this in the middle. I think I'll go like that. Okay. All right, I think we're good. That is big. I don't know how many pages. I don't want to fumble through it again. So we'll tend to this after we get it sewn. And we're at 43 minutes. So I'm hoping we can get this done here in the next 5 minutes or so. So I'm just going to clip these. And I've been trying to decide which thread to use. Baker's twine or this pretty floss there. I'm kind of leaning towards the floss. I'm going to tug on it and just make sure it's has some strength. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure all the folds are where they should be. I'm kind of holding it up at like I'm gonna close it, but I'm holding it on its spine there, and I'm going to put that there and then try to keep that. This one's going to be a little tricky right here because it's too small to be caught, but I'm going to go opposite sides just to hold it. Let me grab it. Let me see if I have something that can listen. Okay, I wonder if these will hold in there. Excuse me. Just kind of help keep it steady. We'd still be able to figure it out, but I think this is going to be helpful. Okay, then I'm also going to do opposite sides again. Okay, now does everything feel like it's good? I just like to check and make sure they're all in, and if they are, I like to give them a good clamping. Okay. All right, let's see if this is going to be strong enough. Can we find the... Oh, there it is. Yeah, it feels strong. Okay, so I'll just go 3 times plus a little extra because I may put a charm or something. 2, 3. I know for sure I'll probably put, yeah, I'll probably put some lace. Brother, I thought I was a little bit more prepared, but I wasn't thinking about the lace. Okay, I hope this video stays. Okay, I'm grabbing the lace, and part of what I did was I put this shoebox together of just snips, just pieces, and that's really all I need for, you know, the middle of a journal. Okay, so let's thread our needle, and as you remember, I like to keep thread in my needle so I can find it very fast. So put that through. You would think that this would be easy. Okay, there we go. All right, and then I get my awl and this naughty book from the dollar store that I thought was a sweet book. So I'm going to use that as a cradle. And again, I'm going to just kind of keep it, I'll show you, like that, kind of like that. And I'm just going to go down center-ish, try to get the center. And I go down and I give it a little twirl. Then go up about 1 inch or so. I'm going to go a little more than 1 inch. I'm not going to, should I go here? Maybe I'll go here and just make sure that little guy gets in. Try to remember, you know, approximate location of some of those shorter ones so that you can get them twice. Okay, take that out. Where's my little, there it is. Put this back. All right, so my thread, I like to go from the inside out because then I can tie it on the inside and put some lace in there. So I'm going to go like that, and then I'm going to try to hold my lace or my thread down here in my own shadow here, and then I'm going to come back up. Oops, that got off a little ways. Ugh. Oh well, we're going to put some stuff over it anyways. And then if it doesn't come through smoothly, this one did, but if it doesn't, just close your book a little bit more. All right, now pull the direction that you're coming from, you know. So I'm coming from that direction. I'm going to pull. I just want to make it a little bit taut. I'm going to go back through the middle, but I don't want to split this thread, so I'm going to go on the other side of it. Go back through. Okay, so far so good. Get that one out of there. Okay. Pull the direction it came from. All right, now I'm going to go back in this one. Close it a little way so it finds its way. This one's being a little bit stubborn. Huh, it's splitting the paper for some reason. There it is. But it's a good tip if you're doing it and, you know, you're going in between papers. Just close the book more and they align back up a little bit better. All right, so that one came from that direction. So now I have them fairly taut. I just want to double check it here. Okay, pull a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to just slide this one under here just to make it look nicer and to catch it all. Catch it all when I'm tying a knot. So I'm going to just tie a knot. 1, 2. Really good like that. And then I'm going to grab a few little pieces here. That's pretty. Okay. I don't want anything too thick because it's going to be in the middle. Ooh, that's pretty. It's off of a sari. Oh, it's too little. I hear Joey. Wonder if he's ready for dinner. I like to do a rough cut. Those are sweet. All right, let's get some ribbon. Or, I mean, some lace. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, we got it. Very good. Back on the shelf that is right next to me. I have to get up, but that's all right. You know. Okay. So I'm just gonna loosely, roughly layer these like that. And I'm going to just use these, the string, to tie myself a knot. Oopsie. Forgot that was still on there. Tie another knot. You could even tie a bow if you wanted to. I'm just going to leave it like that because, like I said, I may put some charms or something. So let's put this back on here so I don't forget. So I don't lose my needle. You would think you wouldn't lose a needle this big, but I have. Get these off. Off. And then we're going to go through and look at it really fast, and then we'll start decorating with all that ephemera we've made, and we'll probably make some more ephemera. All right, put that back. Okay, there. Put this book away. Okay. Okay, so we will deal with this at another time. Okay. Here we go through the pages. Just make sure we didn't not catch something. That needs reinforced for sure. Ooh, that sounds so good, doesn't it? Okay, so see how that caught that little one twice here? It's nice. I like the sound of that one. Here's our little guy. And I'm glad we reinforced him, especially being in the middle. Okay. Everybody's looking good. And if I'll think about what we're going to do, but instead of maybe cutting down the pages that are poking out on the side, we may just add lace to the edges of the journal, which would extend it a little bit. Okay, we got it. All right. It's thin now. Feels thin. I think it's because of this paper. So, we'll see. But I think I'm gonna like it. I like the way it feels. I like the way this thinness feels. I just hope it, stands up to me dealing with it, you know, goofing around with it. But I think if we put a nice lace or ruffle along the side here, it'll extend it out and secure those, you know, make those pages not get so much roughness. So I can take a little bit of that off. All right, everybody. Well, gosh, thanks for hanging out with me. It's a long video to get this done. I thought I could do it a lot quicker, but I guess reinforcing those pages takes a little bit of time. But maybe it's a good lesson in how to reinforce. You know, it's not all lost if you have to do that. And still looks very nice. It adds a little bit of color, too. So I'm excited to start working in this and to start adding things. I need to think through it a little bit because the pages are a little bit delicate. So as you start to build on the pages, sometimes it can add to the strength and sometimes it can weaken it. So we have to kind of think about that with these old pages. So, okay, everyone, thank you and have a really great rest of the day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.